So I'm delighted to welcome to the stage the founder of Duchenne UK, Emily Crossley.
Set me off even myself. It's usually me who makes Ollie cry, and now he's made me cry. Thank you all so much for giving me this opportunity to speak to you, and I won't take up much of your time. I shouldn't be here, really. This wasn't the turn that my life was meant to take. I used to be a correspondent and a presenter for Channel 4 News and CNN International. I had 2 beautiful children, I was happily married, and life was pretty good. And then out of the blue, my eldest child, my firstborn son, Eli, was diagnosed with Duchenne. He was 3. As he played happily outside with Lightning McQueen in the hospital corridor, the doctors told my husband and I that he would lose the ability to walk by the age of 11, that he would be completely paralyzed by the age of 16 or 17 in what should be the prime of his life, and that life expectancy was early 20s. What's worse, his beautiful, inquisitive mind would be unaffected, and he would be knowingly trapped inside a body that was dying on him. He had been given a death sentence, and we as his parents would be forced to watch it unfold, day after desperate day. Duchenne is the most common genetic killer of boys. It mainly affects boys. It's caused by a mutation on the dystrophin gene, the largest gene in the body, which creates a protein called dystrophin, without which muscle cells simply die. Those are the facts, but what's the reality of that diagnosis? That moment changed my life forever. To me, it was like a cluster bomb going off. The initial impact of devastation, and then the continued explosions that continue to break my heart every minute of every day. But even in that abject pit of despair, we knew we had a choice: to be defined by Duchenne and what it will do, or to fight it. And in that moment, our reaction was to fight. My husband and I launched a small charity called the Duchenne Children's Trust, and in 2016 we merged with another charity, joining Jack, to form Duchenne UK. In 5 years, we've raised £10 million. We've spent 6.5 million and committed 3 million. We're running 50 research projects. That's 95p in every pound that we raise goes directly on research to help find a treatment or cure for this generation of children. Because today we really are at a breakthrough moment in the history of this disease. Much like HIV, a disease that 10 years after World AIDS Day went from being a fatal disease to a chronic but manageable one, we want to do the same for Duchenne. We want to end Duchenne in a decade, end Duchenne in 10. In 5 years, we've grown from a tiny patient organisation to a multi-million-pound catalyser and accelerator of research to bring treatments to this generation of boys. And we couldn't have done it with your help, and that's why I'm here today to say thank you, because we are a very lean team. 95p in every pound goes to research, which means we don't have any fundraising staff. It's me and a handful of people and a board of dedicated trustees, which is why having support from Compass Foodbuy is so vitally important, because you give us the money that gives us the freedom to shoot for the stars. We are literally changing the landscape, and it's the kindness of strangers, of people like you, that's got us here. I don't believe in miracles, but I do believe in the life-changing power of science and of patient organizations like ours to really move mountains. With your help, we can bring treatments to this generation of boys and end Duchenne. I'm here because I have to be. I have to save my son. I don't have a choice. But you do. You can choose how you spend your free time. You can choose which charity support. And you chose us. So thank you very much for that.
Hopefully now you kind of understand why we chose Duchenne UK, because we felt it could make a real difference. And your support for what we do and what Duchenne do is enormous. And I think for us, as I said earlier, it's a very personal thing now. I think everybody that did the ride last year and got involved felt kind of responsible to try and get us to the end of this. So thank you. Anything you could do to help us and help Duchenne is very, very gratefully received. Thank you very much.